Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sort of man he is, and I met him first on our show about a month and a half ago, and he just resigned from the police force because he found it unconscionable to continue to engage in what was being asked of him. And he really just came up here to enjoy the day and hang out with you lovely people. But by popular demand, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Craig Backman.
Oh, hello, Shepparton! I really hate public speaking. It's just not my thing.
Everyone's been saying that.
So, for those, I guess, who don't know me, yeah, my name's Craig Backman. I was a police officer for about 7 years. Like many of you, I guess, you can see through the garbage that was this so-called pandemic. Many police, including the police here from here in Shepparton, I suppose. I mean, how many of you guys have had some sort of interaction with the police, local police here, regarding pandemic legislation or, let's say, show directions, where they've kind of looked the other way and didn't do anything about it? Would there be many? I can't see. Just a hands up if they look the other way. All right, so plenty of you will have had interactions with the police where they've not done anything. And the reason they've not done anything is because they know it's garbage, which is what I said in the very first speech that I made. They know it's nonsense. And so what I'm trying to do is try to get the police to sort of stand together as a group, not quit like I did, because I understand that there's a lot to risk. But there's no justification for following unjust orders just to make sure you get your paycheck. All right, because they're ruining people's lives. We're actually destroying lives in the name of saving lives, which is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen. Right, so the police, as far as I'm concerned, hold the key to this. If there's no enforcement of this nonsense, the whole thing falls over. And if they stood together as a group and went to their bosses and said, we're not doing this anymore, we're not going to enforce this nonsense, then the whole thing falls over. So I truly believe most of the police, they are truly good people. They're here and they want to have the best interests of the community at heart. But they're just trapped. They feel scared. Right? They don't want to lose what they got. But I think in every dark cloud, and this has been a cloud for the last couple of years, it's been harder for most of us that are here today because we've been awake to this nonsense for longer than most. Am I correct? And it's a lot easier to sleep through this storm than it is to be awake. So it's harder for us. But I see there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I see it coming, and I see more police coming out every day especially. I see doctors and nurses coming out every day. I see businesses standing together. And this is the sort of thing that we're doing now, but as businesses, like in the Northern Territory, there's 500 of them who are suing their government because they don't believe in the mandates that are destroying the community. And that's the sort of thing that every community needs to do. We can rely on, talk about politicians until the cows come home. I don't trust one of them. What I do trust is the people in this park who are standing here together, right, in defiance of what this tyranny is. And it's you people who are going to end this, nobody else. So if we get all the businesses to stand together and say we're not going to enforce this nonsense anymore, what are they going to do? Are they going to shut down the town? Of course they're not. If every single one of these people say we're not going to comply with this nonsense anymore, what are they going to do? Are they going to give 300 people here? There's probably 10,000 in the town that think it's garbage. It's probably more than that. You're going to have 10,000 court cases a day in the court here locally? Not going to happen. So when people start to realise that the power in the country belongs to the people themselves who make up that country, that's when this ends. Right? That's how we'll shut this shit down. Don't rely on somebody else to save you. We've got to save ourselves. That's where the power comes from. Right? Sooner we realise that, sooner we stand together, soon as we stop being scared of someone saying, I'm going to fine you or I'm going to chuck you in a goddamn camp or whatever it is he thinks he's going to do, that's when you realise the camp's going to need to be as big as Melbourne City itself, because we're all going to stand here and give them the big double-barrel middle finger. That's what we're going to do. Right? That's what it means to be Australian. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I always like to say, keep your chins up, keep your chest out proud, be Australian. Thank you.